Interproject Copy enables users to create and link tickets to existing customer-wise, service-wise, or DevSuite projects. It can be found under the Advanced Project Settings, Interproject Copy. In this video, I'll show you how we can manually create and link an incident to change management. And in the Interproject Actions video, I'll show you how we can automate this process. To start, we need to double-click on the project that we want to link to, in this case, change management. Next, we'll want to make sure to check off these two checkboxes to enable copy as well as linking. Typically, we wouldn't want the incident management team to edit a change ticket once it's created. But in case the need should arise, we can modify the fields of the change ticket from the linked incident by checking off these boxes. If the user is performing the edits is not part of the change management project, we'll need to make sure to assign him a change management account in order to do so. We can also set the default owner of the change ticket. In this case, we'll use auto assignment since we have that set up in the project. And if there are any folders where all new changes go to, we can set that up as well. Lastly, we can always include a prefix in the title of the change ticket. The next step is to define the linked ticket relationship by clicking on this button. This will allow us to create either a referential link or a parent-child link between the two tickets. Notice I clicked on the change management project to define this link, as each project that's enabled for copying and linking can have its own link type. Parent-child links allows us to define rules. In this case, we'll set it so that the change ticket is closed if the parent incident ticket is closed. For referential links, there are no rules to be enforced. The Field Map tab allows us to map properties between the incident and the newly created change. On the left-hand side, we have a list of properties for the incident. We can double-click on any of the items to map to a property on the change. If the field names between both tickets are identical, we can use the Auto Map feature to save us time from manually creating the map. The Field Choice Map allows us to map values between drop-down lists. Notice that the title and description are not included here. The only drop-down fields we've mapped are the category and the current status. Below are the choice values for the incident category field. By double-clicking, we can indicate which choice to map to on the change type. For choices that are not mapped, we can set a default value for what it should be for the change ticket. The current status field really doesn't need to be mapped, but just to be sure that the change ticket defaults to the first state in the change management project, we've decided to do so. The Issue History tab allows us to define which pieces of information from the incident are visible to the change ticket. Lastly, we can define status automation between the two tickets. Lastly, we can define a status automation between the two tickets. We'll have to do this for both the incident management and the change management project. On the incident side, we'll create a rule that closes the change whenever the incident gets closed. We can choose to apply a condition based on the properties of the incident for which this rule will fire off. We can also choose to restrict this rule from occurring based on the link type. Flipping over to the change management project, we'll create a rule for what happens to an incident when a change gets moved to UAT. Here are the statuses for a change. We're going to select UAT, and here are the statuses for the incident. In this case, we're going to pick Resolve, Notified End User. When we close the ticket, or the end user marks the incident as resolved, we already have a rule in place on the incident side to automatically close out the change. Let's take a look at how all this works on the UI side of things. Under the Links tab, we have two choices: to link to an existing ticket or to create a new ticket and link to that. Linking to an existing ticket, we'll have to select a project from the list of projects we set up for Interproject Copy. In this case, I'm going to link this as a duplicate ticket to another ticket in incident management. Selecting the link type will automatically determine whether it's just a referential link or a parent-child link. We can now see our link duplicate either in the list view, 1629 linked to 1621, or back in the links tab. Provided our account types have the ability to link and create a new ticket, here's how it looks like when we do an Interproject copy. We're going to create a new change ticket from this incident. Notice our new change ticket has the correct initial status. We're able to click on it as well to see the map fields. In this case, the title, the description, as well as the change type. Looking at the link change request, we fast forwarded a little bit to take it to the UAT workflow status. Let's now hop over to the incident and see what happens to the status. Notice it moved to resolve notify the end user. Let's assume that the end user lets us know that the change is working and it's time to close the ticket. A survey gets sent out, and on the change ticket, it moves to change review from UAT for the change team to document the completed change. To conclude, this is the manual way of creating and linking to another ticket. Please see our Interproject Actions video to see how we can automate the creation of the link tickets.